hi everyone. I'm Susan Miller with the Miller team. I'm so excited. Can you hear me? Taylor,
Yes.
Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. I am so excited that everybody is here today. And you know, you can go online and look at pictures of a home, and they say pictures will tell 1,000 words, but you don't get to hear the story. So today's really focused on telling you the story about the home and just some of the highlights and information that you would never get unless you were walking through an open house with the listing agent or someone on their team. So just excited to be here.
And thank you. And would you want to introduce the rest of your team that you have here today?
Yes, we have a rock star team. We have Mr. Michael Chalker with Service First Mortgage. He is our preferred lender. And Michael, say hi.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? If you have any questions, let me know.
Absolutely. If at any time you'd like to talk to Michael and have a private conversation with him, you can request to be put into a private chat room with him and discuss financing, interest rates, whatever you'd like to know. And then the other team member is my better half, my partner in the Miller team, and he is also our buyer's agent extraordinaire. And Mr. Grant Miller, say hello.
Hey, everybody. I'd love to be able to help you buy this house. So we'll be available if anybody has any questions. We'll be here to answer them for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And same with Grant. At any time, if you would like to discuss any more details about the property, if you need to, you'd like to find out more about making an offer on this property, you can go into a private room with Grant as well. And then of course we have Taylor, who is our facilitator today and keeping us organized and on track.
Yes, so just to repeat, if anyone has any questions throughout this event, please put them in the chat box and then I will keep them organized and then make sure to ask Susan at the very end of the event. And if you do want to have that private conversation with Michael or Grant, please just send me a message in the chat and then I will put you in a private breakout room to have that conversation. And don't worry, you won't miss out on anything because this is being recorded and anyone who registered will be getting a copy of this recording.
Fantastic.
All right, are we ready to just get right into it and rock and roll?
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Welcome to the Falls, a gated community in the Islands in Gilbert, Arizona. The Islands community has everything you need to stay entertained.
All right. The Islands. So if you're not familiar with Gilbert, Arizona and the Islands is a master plan community located in the heart of Gilbert. It was built probably between 1985 and 1995. And there's probably over 2,700 residential homes in the Islands. There's so many amenities. It is the master community. There are 3 lakes. And we can look at those lakes next. You can see how vast this master plan community is and how far south it goes. But there are 3 lakes, none of which connect. We have the North Lake, we have the Middle Lake, we have the South Lake. And the amenities are just abundant. There's, again, over 80 acres of lakes. You can fish, you can put your electric boat in, you can kayak. There's beautiful parks, basketball courts, sand volleyball, playgrounds. There's community docks at the end of every single finger that you see on the lake. You can actually launch your own boat, your kayak. There's some exercise tracks and ramadas, picnic tables, and a rec center that you can rent. So the children's playground area, this is located over by the North Lake, and it's just a huge park. Children's playground, rec center are located in this area. And this is where they have all the great events. This is where they'll have the Easter egg hunt. During the spring, we have the farmer's market. You have movie night, a park, and this is where all the volleyball courts and basketball courts and bocce ball courts are that are on the next slide. And it's lots to do. It's a very, very active community. During the winter, they have their famous, notorious boat parade, where the residents that live on the lake will decorate their boats in lights and dress up in all sorts of fun outfits. And literally the entire community comes together. People from all over Arizona sit on the shorelines and watch the boat parade. It's just a fantastic place to live. So let's go check out the falls.
I hate to interrupt you, but I wanted to also remind everybody there's an annual car show in November, vintage cars, and it's an amazing car show.
Yes, it is. They do have a fantastic car show. It's a very, very active community. So, but the Falls is where our beautiful home is located. And the Falls is the only gated subdivision within the islands. So it's the only gated one, and it's also the only subdivision in the islands that offers natural gas. You get that question asked a lot. Is there gas available? And this is the only subdivision that has it. The Falls has approximately 71 homes. Some of them back up to the lake on the outskirts, but the majority of them back to the waterfalls. The HOA maintains the front and the backyard landscape for you, as well as exterior paint. So it's truly a lock and leave community that you don't have to worry about. There's a beautiful community pool. And as you can see, the view from the community pool and spa and Ramada is right there on the lake. The spa is heated. I don't know if the community pool is. I don't believe it is. But let's talk about the community and the surrounding areas around you. So golf is very popular here in Arizona, and we have over 35 golf courses within 10 miles of this property. The closest one is Cocopelli Golf Course, which is a lot of fun. I've played that one before. Has anybody else played that? Grant, Michael?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Fantastic. So there's also on the next slide, we have all the convenient necessary items, including Starbucks, just 1.3 miles away, but you have everything you need to be comfortable. The islands is approximately 3 miles from the US 60, which is a major east-west freeway, and it's about 4 miles from the 101, which is a major north-south freeway that you can take to Scottsdale. So very conveniently located. There's tons of restaurants, and look, over 155 restaurants nearby. I believe there is a restaurant that is walking distance from this property, so that's always exciting. There's shopping. It's everything you could want, and everybody knows what a great city Gilbert is to live in. So let's talk about the beautiful home.
This 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with an office is 2445 square feet. It is a custom home, and there is no other home like this. This is a maintenance-free lock and leave home because your front yard and your backyard are maintained by the HOA. This home is perfect for a small family, anybody looking for a winter home, and anybody that's just looking to relax and sit outside on their patio overlooking their own waterfall.
All right, so the home is, again, it's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with an office. The owners are original owners. They took the design, one of the builders' design, and they just expanded on it and thoughtfully put in everything that maybe the builder missed on his own floor plan. It's 2x6 construction. It has an extended garage, and it's on an extra wide lot. So this lot was the builder's showcase lot. This lot is probably one of the few lots that has 2 waterfalls for your view. The story is that my sellers were looking for their lot within the falls, and this lot was already purchased by one of the salespeople. And so after coming back and looking a few times, the salesperson approached them and said, look, my husband wants to build in Chandler. I will let you buy this lot. And so they were so lucky because they got the showcase lot. This is the lot that basically the builder took clients to show off what it could look like to live on the falls. Something very interesting about the falls is those are real boulders. And my seller explained to me that at the time of construction, or at the time the developer was putting together the falls, the US 60 was being expanded, and they were excavating. All of these boulders were available for the builder to create these beautiful waterfalls. So these are real boulders. I'm sure they weigh 5 tons plus, but he was able to bring them over and design the waterfall feature for these homes. So just a little side note, the waterfall turns on at 10:30 a.m. every morning, and it shuts off at 10 p.m. So let's go inside. So this is the foyer of this beautiful property. Just stunning. You can just see the tasteful attention to detail with the saltile tile, the inserts on the steps with the little animal imprints, the maple steps. And as we walk through into the great room, or I'm sorry, as we look to the left to the office, so right to your left when you walk through the front door is an office space. There is a closet in this office. You can see it to the right of the door frame there. We didn't get a full picture of it, but you could actually convert this space and make this a 4-bedroom home by closing off the office if you needed additional space. So let's walk on through to the great room. So as you can tell right off the bat, we've got some soaring vaulted ceilings, just warm, neutral, custom paint, very inviting, very light, open, and bright because of the skylights that were added to this home. And you can see through the window what your view will look like. I love this picture. If you look to your left, you'll see the waterfalls outside your patio. And just the custom detail, the niches, the design and surround around the fireplace, just gorgeous. If we go, and this is a good shot because you can see how expansive and spacious this room really is. If we just go to the left of the great room, we have our dining area, which is very spacious and sizable. You could expand that space. You could have a large party or a small intimate dinner. If you look at the closet that's in that corner to your left, that's additional storage. So the sellers were very conscientious of having lots of storage space, and everywhere they could, they added, they were very generous with having storage. You can see the breakfast bar as we walk into the kitchen. Those are beautiful maple cabinets, custom. That is a stainless slate appliances. You have your butcher block island, undermount lighting, over cabinet lighting. The attention to detail is tremendous. And as we walk through, you can see your sink with just the inserts for the stained glass windows. Again, just the attention to detail. You'll see your appliances have the wood cabinetry on them. The undermount or the composite sink in the kitchen. And as we move away, you just look at how open, every little detail was thought of when my sellers designed this kitchen. It's very functional, very useful.
The kitchen features some cute little pull-out cutting boards for convenience. Natural alder cabinets, custom made, a custom island, and a wet bar.
So yeah, as you can see, in the wet bar area, you have a pass-through, just adding to the openness and lovely spacious feel of this home. You have your double oven. It's actually an oven and a convection microwave, which can be used as an oven. And in the mini bar, you have your own, a separate little refrigerator as well. So let's move through. Down the hallway from the kitchen is this is a lovely pantry. I think anybody in the world would love to have a pantry that is this size. It's unique. You can walk in and the lights turn on for you. You don't have to mess around with that. And it's very unusual because homes that were built in 1985 to 1995, these weren't the places that the builders put their space in. They didn't focus on pantries and on master bedroom closets. So you'll see how generous this home is. As you walk down the hallway, you'll have a little half bathroom. And before you get to the garage door, you have a very roomy laundry room that we don't have the full picture. It's actually even bigger than this, but it has this has its own sink, lots of you can hang up, and then there's the laundry chute that goes from the master bedroom closet into the laundry room. So you're never having to walk downstairs with a handful of dirty clothes to do laundry. One thing we're not going to show is the garage, as we which is at the end, but it is an extended garage. You could fit a full-size pickup truck in there. It has lots of storage, and it also has a separate mud sink. So let's go upstairs. Again, just the attention to detail. Let's go ahead and go upstairs and walk up this beautiful stairwell and look over our loft here. Just the spaciousness of that great room from the top, and your gas fireplace downstairs. All right, so upstairs, we have the master bedroom. We have 2 additional bedrooms. We have an 8x8 bonus room, and then a full guest bathroom. And let's go look at those. So just some of the custom features. You can see the skylight above the stairwell. You can see some custom shelving that was built into that space. This space is lofted, so it pops out a little bit, giving you more room. Let's go ahead and go down that hallway, and there's just another shot of that beautiful custom shelves, which everybody needs more space to put their things. So very generous. Here's our guest bathroom, and as we walk down to across from the guest bathroom is this wonderful 8x8 separate storage. It could be another master closet. You could actually open up the wall on the other side and turn this into and open it up to the loft and create another den or library or study if you needed the extra space. And we all know we need space in these challenging times where everybody's working from home. So let's go down and look at one of the guest bedrooms. Some details that just make this so roomy is that it is vaulted ceilings in these rooms. I love the bay window with the Plantation Shutters. You can see the bay seating. If you lift up the seating, you have more storage underneath. I believe it's cedar-sided storage. And if you look the opposite direction, You can see that there's some little bookshelves that were built in, custom inset bookshelves around the closet. So just roomy and spacious. And then we have the second guest bedroom. And from this bedroom, it's really hard to get a good angle. We're not showing you the window on the other side, but on a very clear day, you can look out that window and you can actually see 4 peaks from that window. So let's go check out the master. Wow.
The master bedroom features a fireplace, a balcony overlooking your own waterfall, walk-in closet, jacuzzi tub, and a snail shower.
Yeah, so the master is just stunning. Based on the other picture, what we want to show you here is that the obviously another gas private fireplace, some additional seating. You can just see the unique features in the design. We have the exit door to your own private balcony. And even from the balcony, you cannot see the neighbors behind you. So it's very private. Let's go look at the master. Huge jacuzzi tub. Again, you can see the custom detail of the insets and the tile surround work. We're not showing the snail shower. It's very hard to take a picture of a snail shower, but there is a full snail shower behind this on the other side of the jacuzzi tub. And then you have your vanities. Obviously, the vanity on the left would be my vanity, and Grant would get the one on the right. So, and then you walk through to your huge, spacious, enormous, for the year this was built, they did not make master bedroom closets this size, and just an abundant amount of space and storage for everything you need. So
Susan, before we leave this room, someone wants to know, what is a snail shower? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so a snail shower is a shower that you actually, it almost makes an L shape, and you walk through and you turn to the shower. So you don't need a shower curtain. You don't need a glass door. It's almost a, so it protects it from splatter. And so you walk in it, you turn right, and your shower space is there. So I hope that helps. Here we go. Here's the outdoor patio area. And I just wanted to point out how expansive your patio is. Your view fencing is, that's the end of your property line. And it's just a huge covered patio, great for entertaining, great for sitting out there. My sellers, one thing they're really gonna miss is sitting outside and just watching the waterfall, enjoying a glass of wine and relaxing. And if you look above, that whole patio it is also a balcony. So you have just an enormous amount of space to relax, but you don't have to maintain that grass. And that is your side yard. If these are 0 lot lines, so the end of your neighbor's house is your property, or where their house begins is still your property. So that whole side yard is yours. If we move on, I think so. Just a couple extra details. So this is an example of 1 of 2 of the waterfalls in this property. A couple things that I'm going to mention, because I know my seller would be very happy if I did mention that the house is pre-wired for security. It is also has been re-roofed, and I believe it was re-roofed somewhere around 2010 to 2012. And re-roofing in Arizona is very important. We all have tile roofs. The majority of the homes have tile roofs, and people think your tile roof will last forever. And your tile roof isn't what protects your home, it's the underlayment. So the underlayment has been replaced on this house, and the tile has been put back, which is almost the same as getting a brand new roof. We also have a high efficiency filtration system for the air conditioner. Most filtration system is your little flimsy 1-inch filter. This property has what they call a space guard. It looks like an accordion. I wish I had a picture of it, but it looks like an accordion. And what it's very useful, I mean, right now, clean air is very important in our environment, but it's very, very helpful for allergies and dust control, and is a really great feature of this property.
We do have a question about the waterfall. At night, is there lighting around the waterfall?
There is. So there is some spot lighting that will go out to the waterfall from your property, and the HOA is in charge or required to maintain the lighting, the watering, the everything that has to do with the waterfalls. They're responsible for that.
And another question we had about the backyard is, are you allowed to grill back there?
Oh, yes. In fact, one thing I didn't mention is, because this is a gas community, there is the patio is plumbed for a grill, a gas grill. So absolutely. And if you're going to grill, you need to invite me over and I'll help you.
What's your favorite thing to grill?
Oh my goodness, everything. Everything. Grant has a smoker, so we smoke everything now. So.
Excellent. And then you can see the garage from the outside here. And then just to repeat, how large is this garage?
So this is an extended garage. It's a 2-car garage, and it is actually extended by about, in length, maybe 3 or 4 feet, which allows you some additional space. It allows the mud sink outside, and there's lots of cabinets and cabinetry. And by the way, the HOA is also responsible for the exterior paint of your home. So it's pretty much a no fuss, no mess, lock and leave. If you're a winter visitor or if you live here all year round, it's absolutely a beautiful property.
And we have another question asking, which room is above the garage?
Which room is above the garage? So that would be the 2 guest bedrooms. Yep. So that would be the 2 guest bedrooms are above the garage.
This one and the other 2 guest bedrooms.
Correct. Correct.
Because yes, that master has the waterfalls, as you were mentioning. So you just have the backyard of
Yep.
this for the master.
Correct. Yes, the balcony is the master's. So.
And so for those of the people who maybe don't know the Gilbert area, what are the crossroads? I know you mentioned, that it was close to highways, but could someone get kind of a general facility of where it is in Gilbert?
Absolutely. So the Islands is located between the 2 major roads would be Elliott and Warner, and the Islands goes as far south as Pecos. And then the north-south streets would be McQueen and Cooper. So right in the heart, just seconds away from downtown Gilbert, where restaurants and farmers markets and shopping. Downtown Gilbert has been absolutely renovated, and it has become a really great hotspot location for people to be entertained.
And I know you talked about the outdoors, the amenities of, close by restaurants, but, for people who, once again, maybe don't know about Gilbert, how safe is it? How safe is Gilbert of a city to live in, to choose to live in?
Yeah, so I believe Gilbert was named like the 4th safest city, the 4th best city to raise a family in. It's a beautiful residential city to live in. It's one of the most sought after cities in Arizona. I have lived in Gilbert myself. I had lived in the islands for 10 years. Just absolutely loved it. Obviously every place you go, you do have some crime, but being that this is a gated community, you're just, a little less likely to have somebody drive through that's not supposed to be there. So.
And you mentioned it's a great place to raise a family. Granted, things are a little different right now. However, once, schools and life comes back to a little bit of normalcy, how is the schooling system in this area?
Yeah, so Gilbert is, the Gilbert School District is probably in the top 4 in Arizona. And what's interesting is the islands, a portion of the islands, which would be the North Lake, is actually part of the Chandler School District, but this home is part of the Gilbert School District. And within the community, there is a elementary school, I believe is very highly rated, called Mesquite Elementary. And yeah, great school district, great schools. My own grandsons went to school just down the street from the islands, and they turned out pretty good.
Excellent. So for those of you who may have little ones, you could perhaps possibly walk them to school, it sounds like, for the elementary school. Is that correct? You
could walk them to, yes, absolutely.
That is excellent. And so it sounds like the Falls really does have a bit of everything for all age groups, because you were mentioning the amenities before of just different activities and different events that happen throughout the year. Anything else that you'd want to highlight about the community itself?
Well, any given day that you are driving around the islands, you're going to see people out walking. So the main roads, the main community roads that go through it it's called Islands Drive, and it literally is a huge circle within the islands. And you can just take a loop around the entire community. You'll see people outside walking, riding, running, biking. You'll see people fishing from the inlets, shore fishing. It's just a very active outdoor type of community.
And for the fishing, is it catch and release, or are you allowed to keep the fish? Would you eat the fish?
So just like any city fishing, and Grant might want to jump in on this one because he's my fisherman, but I believe you just need to get a city license, and you're able to, I believe you're able to catch or to keep the fish.
No, it's catch and release.
Oh, is it? Okay, well, then don't tell them that I kept that one fish that one time, so.
Everyone keep the secret, even everyone on Facebook. This is all a secret now. And so someone seems a little disappointed that there's no spear fishing.
Oh. Yes.
So a letter we could write to the HOA to maybe consider spear fishing.
Yes.
So here's a funny story about fishing. When Susan and I first moved into the islands and on the water, we lived on the North Lake, and the state record catfish was caught in that North Lake. It was like a 55-pound catfish at the time. And so the guy who caught it got his picture in the paper and all, was all proud of it, until his ex-wife, who had been trying to catch up for back child support, saw his picture in the paper, and then a lot of his joy left.
Good story. I'm going to also, bring Michael into this conversation. I think we're all very well aware of it being a great time to buy, but can you speak a little on that, Michael? Just, why it would now be a great time to purchase a home, a beautiful home at that like this?
Mainly because I'm going to say this, and here recently in 2021, the signs of COVID and all the disparity that has been brought to us, economically in particular of COVID, is starting to crack, which is ultimately a positive thing. But what the negative impact or the unintended consequence of good times is higher interest rates. And so, I mean, we are actually seeing interest rates starting to pop up right now. It was kind of dramatic this week in particular, but on yesterday, on Friday, the rise of interest rates kind of settled back down again. So, I mean, in particular, the purchase power, I mean, every quarter of an interest rate is going to probably make a difference of about $40, $50 in your house payment. And so, I mean, it's a huge impact on that. I always hate to be the deliverer of bad news with stuff like that, but it is what it is, and it needs to be talked about and it needs to be expressed, of course. So yeah, buy this house now and get it financed and get the interest rate locked in now for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And on a real estate side, you always want to buy in a seller market. You want to buy in a buyer's market, because what's happening in a seller's market is your values are going up. In a buyer's market, your values are going down. So I don't see the end of, with our supply being so low, I really don't see where the supply is going to come, where it's going to shift us into a balanced or a buyer's market. But if it does shift, it will be years. It will take years to do that shift. So, interest rates, even with the little pop-up that we had, Michael, they're still historically low.
Oh yeah, I don't want to, again, yeah. I mean, we're talking about, they went from 2.75 to 3.125, so I mean, I think anyone would be very elated to have a 3.125 or a 3.25 interest rate versus 4 or 5 or 6. And those interest rates have been, the predominant interest rates in the last 20 years. So anything in the low threes is still just like hitting it out of the park for sure. So
yeah, I saw a question, why is the supply so low? Our supply is low. Our supply, we predicted this housing shortage back in 2010. With the amount of people that moved to the Valley, I believe we have, 12,000 people, is that a month, move into the Valley. And with actually, I think COVID created more of a demand for the Arizona real estate market. People were leaving the big cities. And of course, we know we have 36% of our out-of-state buyers are from California right now. And they're going to keep coming. It's not that our supply, if we didn't have the excessive demand, our supply would still be low, but it wouldn't feel like it does today. So.
And why would you think that, people from California are wanting to come to Arizona? What are some of the benefits of Arizona living that you think people are being attracted to?
Oh, wow. I would say there's tax advantages. Obviously, there is property tax advantages. We have one of the lowest property tax rates in the country.
Overall cost of living.
We don't have things like earthquakes. Well, knock on wood. Please, there has been earthquakes, but nothing like California.
Oh.
We don't, I think the Arizona is just a beautiful place to live. I believe it was well thought out. It was well planned. Even our infrastructure, our freeways. Arizona, I think, learned from a lot of mistakes that maybe California did with their infrastructure. It's just I've been here. I'm not a native, but I've been here since I was 6 years old, and I would not live anywhere else.
Yes, I know. I've only lived here for 11 years, and I couldn't imagine living anywhere else now. Arizona is amazing. And yes, we do have a question. What is the income tax rate? Does anyone know on this call?
It's based on a percentage of their federal tax. So I'm not sure the exact numbers this year, but it is based on a percentage of that. And quite honestly, it's incredibly reasonable as a state income tax.
Are we
Yeah,
talking property tax or?
Yeah, I know a little bit about this. I'm not a CPA or anything to the effect, but as it relates to other states, Arizona is much more diversified in its grasp of money from the citizens. So like, and I'm not trying to make that political. So we have a little bit of property taxes. We have a little bit of city taxes. We have a little bit of state income taxes. We also have taxations on like vehicle tags and such. So where one state might go, like the state of Texas, for instance, that'll say, hey, we have no income tax. Their property tax on a house like this would be $11,000, $12,000, where this property tax is, I don't know, and I don't know what it is, but just my knee-jerk reaction is it's probably somewhere right around 22 to 2,700-ish. Feel free to correct me on that, but our tax base is much more broad and hence lower, and it just touches on a lot of little things. So there isn't large fluctuations, or not all the eggs are put in one basket on that. What is the property taxes on it, Susan?
The property tax on this property in 2020 was under $2,100.
Yeah, so that's really good.
Really
It's
good.
really good compared to a lot of other states.
Yes.
So, did that answer the question in the chat?
Yeah, at this time, feel free to unmute yourself and just go ahead and ask the question. We do have another question that just came in. What restrictions are in place for street parking?
Oh, that's a good question. And you know what? Being that this is I would have to do a little more investigation if you're allowed to park overnight. Many of the communities will allow you to park on the street. They'll allow you to park on one side or the other. I'll have to get back to you on that. Was that from Ace and Bobby?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was. Thank you.
Okay. You stumped the realtor. Yes, I'll get back to you on that one.
Stump the
He wins a
realtor.
prize of some sort. You stumped the
You do,
realtor.
you
That
win the
sounds like a
prize.
game show. You stumped the realtor. Congratulations, you have won.
I was searching for that magical question.
That is how the game is played. You have now won the home. No. Excellent. Any other questions about the property, the falls, the island community, Gilbert community as a whole, or anything in between?
Yeah, I do have a question on the between the water and the grass. Is there fence there, or is it just grass right to the water?
So there's a little border, but yeah, basically the grass goes to the water. There might, I believe there's some rock, a little bit of rock, and then.
So it's like a block retaining wall that builds that pond. And so there's maybe 6-8 inches of thickness of like retaining wall that it's a man-made lagoon or pond.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Any other questions? Once again, this is Susan and Grant's phone numbers and contact information. Please make sure you jot that down if you have any questions that come up as you're going throughout your day and then you realize you didn't get a question answered. You can always give them a call. And if you were going to leave people with the 3 top reasons why this home is the home for you, what would be your top 3? I know I'm putting you on the spot. We did not practice any of this.
You're just never going to find a home like this. It's custom. It's unique. It's spacious. It's the best lot in the community. It's one of a kind. It's once in a lifetime. This home, you'll never duplicate what this house has, what this home has. So.
Very true.
Something that comes to my mind personally, as I'm a 50-year-old individual, is that this is a turnkey house. So it's like having a condo, but it's not a condo. So it's like if you were traveling a lot, you can be rest assured to be able to lock the house, and it's not like the neighbors are going to complain about the grass getting overgrown and the water sprinkler spraying onto their house, and you're someplace off like in Montana traveling or something to that effect. And then no, because this house outside is being taken care of completely. That's, to me, is like, that's my knee-jerk reaction of like, wow, this is cool. So just throwing that in.
You're absolutely right, Michael. It's the quintessential lock and leave home, but it's also a terrific place to retire, where you don't want to be doing a lot of yard work and all that. You want to throw the golf clubs in the back of the car and head over to the golf course. So it's really more of a relaxation for people that maybe they're empty nesters now and they've been looking for that next step. This is such an awesome fill-in for that requirement.
Mm-hmm. One thing I noticed that was very attractive was, in the world we live in, there's so much going on, and to be able to just sit in your own backyard and just listen and watch a waterfall. It reminds me of the Calm app, right? And you don't have to go onto your Calm app. You can just go sit on your own balcony or patio.
That's why I asked if there's any type of mood lighting on the lagoon at night to set the proper tone and environment and ambiance on that. You need a little bit of light on that, not too much, but just a little bit. So yeah,
there is some lighting. So it's
Excellent. Well, thank you for all this wonderful
No,
information.
we do have one more question. If we
Another one just popped in.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, so the HOA takes care of all the yard watering and the timing of that, is that correct?
correct. And the cost of the watering.
Okay.
Yes. So the timer boxes, everything is run by the HOA.
Okay, excellent.
Any other questions? I'm going to look in the Facebook too to see if anything popped in Facebook for a question. Once again, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask. All right. Looks like we don't have any other questions right now.
Fantastic.
So just once again, this is their phone number for Susan and Grant. And if they wanted to get a hold of you, how else? You see millertimeteam.com, go ahead and go there. Once again, give a call to Susan and Grant, and then Michael is your guy to, talk finance. So Michael, would you want to put your contact information in the chat so everyone has that as well?
I will do that right now.
Yes.
And then for those of you who don't know, if you want to save the chat, for example, if you want to save Michael's information, Susan, Grant, I'm not sure if you also want to put in your email address. When you look at the chat box, you're going to see on the right-hand side, it says file, and then you're going to see those three little dots. Go ahead, click on those three little dots and then say save chat. So just wait for a moment for everyone to put their contact information in there, and then you can click on those three little dots, save chat. It's going to save to your computer or phone or laptop or tablet, wherever you are, and that way you can look up their information again. And once again, this was all recorded, and you'll be getting a copy here a little later today, so you can review, you can share the recording with anyone else that you know who may be interested in this home.
Fantastic. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we wish everyone a wonderful and happy Saturday, and make sure that you give Susan a call sooner than later, because as she said, this is such a unique home. It's not going to last. And as you heard from Michael, the interest rates are still amazing, but they see that increase. So don't hesitate. Don't wait until the next day where they're going to be higher and you're going to be spending more just because you decided to wait. Take action now. And thank you again for everyone who joined us today.
Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye.